The legendary baseball player and manager, Yogi Berra, said love is the most important thing in the world, but baseball is pretty good too. And if you have both of those, plus horses, well, there's not much more a person could ask for. Recently, we met up with standardbred driver trainer Justin Vincent and his girlfriend Cory Lee to talk about how the harness racing world brought them together, their passion for baseball, and the little all-star addition to their family. On the show, of course, we focus on harness racing, but it is baseball season. And if you know me or you follow me on social media, you know that I am a huge baseball fan. However, this is not a competition, but my next guest, Justin Vincent. Now, I can positively say that he is a bigger Baltimore Orioles fan than I am. So how excited are you about being at baseball season?
Oh, that's exciting. You know, you wait all year for this, the cold weather, and then here comes the warm weather, and you know it's baseball season.
Now, I feel like in this area, you're either a Phillies fan or an Orioles fan. I'm both. I love a lot of teams, and I get, I don't know if in trouble or teased about that, but then how did you become a Baltimore Orioles fan?
You know, watched it for a long time, but when I've been with Cory, you know, she's a diehard Orioles fan, and I lived in California, so I watched the Angels for a while, but then moving out here, I like going to Baltimore a lot more than Philadelphia, so. But, you know, Orioles have a rich history, and, you know, I like all the players that have played there, and I like the Orioles, so.
Do you have a favorite player right now?
Right now, probably Gunnar Henderson. I mean, he's young, exciting, you know, but they got a bunch of young players that are fun, you know, Adley Rutschman, Jackson Holliday, so. But I like Gunnar. He seems pretty cool.
Now, we had a great season last year. Of course, if you're an Orioles fan or really any fan of a baseball team, it's never they had a great season. It's we had a great season, right? You're part of the action. Great season last year. Any predictions for this year?
Yeah, I think we're going to have just as good a season. I think they started a little slow this year, but they'll get it together. A bunch of young players. They just got to get in a rhythm. That's all. So, World Series this year.
I think so as well. I actually bet them to win the World Series last year. You
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Went right over to Harrington Raceway, put in my sports.
Yep, so did I.
We were so close.
I know. I did it again this year, so we're going to ride it back.
All right. How many games have you been to this year?
We went to opening day, and then we were at the game last night for Jackson Holliday's home opener, so we've been to 2. But
now, this is when I bring Cory in and Brooks. We wonder how Brooks got that name, of course, from the legendary third baseman. Now, Cory, tell me about you guys naming Brooks, and you actually heard from Brooks Robinson himself.
Yeah, so we originally were not going to name him Brooks when I found out I was pregnant. We were set on another name, and then about 2 weeks before he was born, I was like, I'm naming him Brooks, and Justin said, you're doing all the work, you can do whatever you want. So I decided to name him Brooks after Brooks Robinson, of course. That's my favorite player, and my dad's favorite player. So after he was born, I fangirled and found Brooks' Robinson address on the internet. I just wanted to let him know that, like, still after decades after he had played, there was people that still admired him and liked him as a player and a person. So I sent him his birth announcement, and he sent it back signed with a message to him, and that is like my most favorite autograph in memory that I have. And then, of course, a few weeks later he passed away, so I like to think we got his last autograph.
So when you guys actually go to games, you take Brooks with you for the most part, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. We took him, he was only
7 weeks old. He was 7 weeks old. So he's been to 4 games now. He's 10 months old. He's been to 4 games.
And actually, opening day, although you didn't take him, you guys actually met the owner on opening day?
Yep, we met the new owner, Mr. Rubenstein. And it was just coincidence. We were walking in, and here he come out with the security guards, and we spotted him, went over and shook his hand, and wished him luck this year. So
I kind of ran to him and said, like, I know who you are, and you are about to find out who I am. I am the biggest fan ever. And he was very friendly, very sweet, genuine, walking around, just excited like we are.
Now, how did you become an Orioles fan, Cory?
My dad had a store on the boardwalk, so we never really took summer vacations. He just took us to Camden Yards on the weekends. So that was something that we always did together. And then we are really close to the Shorebird Stadium, so we went to the Shorebirds a lot. My dad sold cotton candy there, so that's how I became a big baseball fan.
How did you guys meet? Because are you in racing?
My grandfather, John Chandler, raced in like the 60s and 70s. And then my aunt, Dawn Trader, who passed away, she raced at Ocean and everywhere, drove, and that's how I met Justin when she was stabled there.
Okay. Now I got the connection. Finally. So what about Brooks? Do you think he's going to love horses, or maybe he loves horses now? I feel like babies and horses just have an immediate connection.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope he goes to school and at least becomes a vet or, plays in the major leagues.
Okay, well, before Brooks makes it to the major leagues, I know he's got a lot of baseball games to go to at Camden Yards, and thank you, all of you, for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooks.
Maybe when you get bigger, you'll be back.